Morning, Raptor Freaks. Lexiot's here. Tuesday morning, and it's another day off. So we're going to do trivia today. Off-season schedule, Raptor Freak Tuesday trivia. But let's do a little news and notes to let some people saunter in and join us here live. A couple things happening yesterday. The Raptors were able to have a practice, which is great because it's really tough to have a practice in the middle of the season with so many games so quickly. And with some days off, they were actually able to have a practice yesterday. And Chris Boucher and Gary Trent showed up in practice, and they are fully ready to be back. And they are already confirmed to be playing for tomorrow's game against Brooklyn. Now, Delano, Precious, Pascal, all those guys are just still going to be out, including Otto Porter Jr. also. So there's kind of an injury update about where the Raptors are right now. We're going to get Gary Trent Jr. and Chris Boucher back for the Nets on Wednesday. Now, the Nets are playing in Philadelphia tonight, and then they're going to come and play us tomorrow. But it's really sucks because Philadelphia has gotten hurt all of a sudden. James Harden's been out already for a little bit. Tyrese Maxey is now out, and now Joel Embiid is out. So the Nets are going to get to play a really crappy Sixers team tonight. Now, also, it's Ben Simmons coming back to Philadelphia and facing the ire of the Philadelphia crowd. So that's going to be an interesting thing. But I think the Nets, having Kyrie back, Ben Simmons is finally playing fairly well. They have good things going, are going to beat Philadelphia tonight with no superstars. And they may be riding on a wave. But once again, we're lucky that it's a back-to-back, and we've had 3 days off. So hopefully we'll be very prepared, have a lot of energy, and be able to just beat Brooklyn's ass tomorrow. Now, we played the Long Island Nets yesterday in 905 G League in Mississauga, and it was a very disappointing game. The Raptors 905 had been controlling pretty much the whole entire game. Jeff Doughton had been kind of leading them, doing good things. Ron Harper Jr., Gabe Brown, Saban Lee, Reggie Perry. Good stuff for most of the game, had a good lead, but then at the end of the game, they really started fucking up. And the Nets came back, and they ended up tying the game right at the end of the game. And it was that little dude, Chiozza. So annoying, man. He was playing on their G League team for the Long Island Nets, and he was very instrumental in leading them towards a victory in the Elam ending. Yeah, they did the Elam ending last night where the game was tied at the end of the regulation. They set a score to get to, and whichever team got to that score first won. Well, the 905 was really bad at executing yesterday as far as like together or making good shots at the end of the game. It was really bad how they would go one-on-one without using each other as teammates. And they just didn't make winning plays. They just did not play X right. And on the other end, the other team was just scoring and doing way better in the Elam ending overtime. And it was really disappointing. Like, it really didn't look like they were playing off each other. There'd be a guy who'd isolate, and he'd just try and do something crazy. Sometimes it'd be Saban Lee or something like that. And then, boom, they wouldn't make the shot. And then coming to the other end, Long Island would execute the other way. Really, really bad. And Jeff Doughton in the interview afterwards said that there was a breakdown and feeling connected among the team late in the game, and that was pretty bad. He was doing leadership kind of stuff, and he was trying to take over, and he did a couple of good things, but it just wasn't enough. And then, like, there were really boneheaded shots, like, near the end. I'm like, why are you shooting that? That is not a high percentage shot, and maybe you should have, like, passed it a little bit more. Reggie Perry complained about the fouls not being called for him, that he's not getting enough free throw attempts at the G League level. The last 4 games, he says he shot 5 free throws, and he doesn't think that that's very fair. And he was critical of that. So yeah, G League Raptors 905, not a good showing against the Nets yesterday. They controlled most of the game. They could have won the game, but they didn't close it out and finish it up. Now, also, we got some really good interviews yesterday from Chris Boucher, Fred VanVleet, and Nick Nurse. And it was interesting what they were saying. Chris Boucher had been sick since the Miami game here last week when Kyle came here, and that he was not feeling well in that game, but he tried to play anyway, and he played fairly well in the game still. but he had been sick. But now he's fully well and he feels good. And he was talking about his role and whether he's accepted his role or not. And he said, "No, I'm just me, and I've accepted who I am. It's not necessarily the role." And Nick Nurse reiterated this kind of feeling about Chris later in his interview, saying, anything's on the table. Just because Chris is really solid as a bench player right now, and we're having him come off the bench, things can shift around and change very quickly. And that to me kind of tips that he may start Chris against the Nets tomorrow night. That he may be trying out an experiment with Boucher in the starting lineup for Wednesday, guys, with some of the guys out. I don't know, maybe not. But he said that. He's like, don't get used to this idea that Chris is just a bench player. That I could all of a sudden just throw mix it up real quick and put him in the starting lineup. So be ready for that also. And don't just pigeonhole him as, oh, that's his role now. And Chris said the same thing. It's like, I don't see myself as that. My role is just as a bench player. I'm just Chris Boucher. And I just play the style of play that I play, whatever the coach dictates of when I want to be, who wants me to be out there. So if he wants me to be off the bench for this amount of time, well, that's the dose of Chris Boucher he gets. If he wants to start me, then boom, that's the dose otherwise. It was really cool because Nick kind of went over the whole breakdown at the end of the Atlanta game in his interview yesterday and really told us how exactly it went wrong. They did a trick play that Nick has employed himself hundreds of times and gotten many great points off of it. And that he really did blame poor communication among our young core at that time at the end of the game. And he pointed exactly to where the mistakes were and who had made the mistake as far as letting him, AJ Griffin, get behind them on the defense. That really, really is important that they keep track of guys and they don't let them get in between them and the basket. That was the biggest flaw at that end of the game period after the free throws by OG, that they didn't keep track of all five of the Hawks and keep in between them and the basket to defend. If we could just have that back. And like Nick said, listen, without Pascal, we're 4-4. But listen, if we won that game on Saturday night, we'd be 5-3. And that sounds way better than 4-4, considering we're surviving and doing what we can to tread water with Pascal Siakam out. Now, Siakam was practicing yesterday. It was non-contact practicing, but he's moving around and he looks good. And that target time for him to come back near the end of this week looks real good, guys. Now, Precious, it's a little different. It's weird. Like, he's not shooting. He was shooting in practice yesterday flat-footed, meaning he can't do certain things with his ankle right now. And that when Nick described when Precious was coming back, it's going to be a bit. So he may be the one that doesn't come back very soon compared to all the guys that are out right now. He may be the last one to come back from injury. But Pascal looks like he may be ready for Dallas on Saturday. He will not play in the Wednesday game, though, tomorrow. So hopefully he'll be ready for Luka and Dallas on Saturday afternoon. So this kind of a general update on the injuries with the Raptors and also the 9:05 game last night. And just, some of the stuff they were talking about in the interviews yesterday. Very candid, open interviews. Nick Nurse really enjoyed the Grey Cup, thought it was an exciting finish. And, they're just talking about, things that are going on with the team and life without Pascal. It's, Fred said, listen, this is our number one option. This is our best guy. This is the guy who helps create shots for everybody. And it is a struggle without the presence of Pascal Siakam to help them carry water. All right, let me see what y'all are saying. Looks like Mike is really filling up the net. Let's see. Mike missed the stream yesterday. Project Truth, Real Ones. Yes. And you enjoyed the old flashback yesterday, Mike, of the Raptor Freak memory of the fourth victory ever in the history of the franchise over the Seattle Supersonics. It was awesome. Yeah, Pickney. It's actually Pinkney. I met Ed Pickney once in Tallahassee at a Florida State game. He was sitting, I think he was like the assistant coach on the opposing team. And I just happened to walk by their bench as a student at FSU. And I said, hello, Ed Pickney, original Raptor. I appreciate you as a big Raptors fan. Yeah, it was cool. He probably was like weird. Not many people come to him and talk to him about his stint with the Raptors, but I did that day. Tom Duke saying, good morning. Go Raptors. Good morning, Tom Duke. Good to see you. Looks like you went to a hockey game, Tom. You had a good time. That's awesome, man. So happy to see your smiling face on my Facebook at a hockey game. You go, Tom Duke. Cool Cat's here. Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Nervous about our ranking. Yeah, I mean, listen, we're right in an interesting spot, right in the meat of the standings right now. And we can go different ways right now. We really need to take care of business against four tough opponents to close out November. There's such a glut in the standings right now for the Raptors. We got the whole Atlantic Division, other than Boston, sitting right next to us right now in the play-in. It's really is. We're number 7 in the play-in currently. New York right behind us, Philadelphia, Brooklyn. Those are the 4 play-in teams right now, and we're all right around 500. There's only a game separating the 4 of us, and it's crazy because Brooklyn's going to play Philly tonight. They'll probably beat them, and then they'll be even 9-9. But Philly will fall to 8-9, and then we'll have to see them at 9-9, and we'll be 9-8. And you can just see how much of a glut in the records right now. And this is a really important week for Atlantic Division battles, and maybe sending teams up ways and down ways, some ways right now in the standings. So really, and like Fred said, there's only 2 teams at the top that are really juggernauts right now. They're dominating, and that's Boston and Milwaukee. And meanwhile, everybody else is kind of, in figuring it out and kind of susceptible. And he wants to rise up and get to like 3 or 4 and be just below Boston, Milwaukee. Or if we can go get them and be above them, we will. So, yeah, very interesting stuff going on in the standings right now. And hopefully we can make some good headway just from having games against Atlantic Division opponents like Brooklyn tomorrow. They're playing Philly tonight. Things are going to get sorted out as the games get played. Tom Duke saying healthier team, less depleted squad should help with the ranking. I hope so too. Mike's watched the 905 game yesterday. Eric Curry developing at the moment also. First-time head coach. Yeah, Eric Curry is definitely developing as a coach for sure. There's going to be some mistakes and learning curve as with that's what we're learning right now. There's a learning curve in Atlanta. There was a learning curve yesterday for 905. Reggie Perry's really got to chill out though. He's getting technicals a lot in games lately. Just chill out, Reggie. Good morning to Monique. Everyone pumped for tomorrow. Go Raptors. Yeah, we got to beat the Nets. Fuck Brooklyn. Let's just say that. Toronto Raptors, NBA champions 2023, and fuck Brooklyn. Those are a couple things I like to say every morning. Mike's saying he's that type of guy to catch on to things quicker than most, so he should be better in the second half. Not going to lie. Well, I wish he would do better now, because this is very similar to what they did last year in this part of the G League season, is that they were very 500 around this time, and they didn't get the opportunity to play in the showcase tournament because they didn't qualify for it. Their record wasn't good enough. So they really need to win like 60% of their games to qualify to even play in the showcase tournament. These games that they play now are sets of 2 against all of the teams that they're in their division, and that's how they kind of determine who gets to go to the showcase tournament. And they're doing about the same as they did last year at this time with their record. So they were really good a couple games ago, but they've had a couple losses recently, and now they're 4-3 because they were 4-1, and that looked way better. And now they're 4-3, but they're not playing again today. I thought they were playing the second game today, and it would be a back-to-back at 9:05, but they're actually playing the game tomorrow during the other game. So the Nets will be playing us on both arenas here at the same time at 7:30 Wednesday night. Too bad. So double duty, y'all. Got to watch both games at the same time if you're at home. Let's see. Mike's or Fun Guys here. I was shocked to see the 905 game was live on YouTube. It always is, actually, Fun Guy. You just got to go to their website and just look, and they'll have it, and you can just click in. Now, sometimes they'll have it on ESPN Plus, and it's not available in Canada through YouTube at that time. But I would say about 90% of the G League games for the 905 you can watch on YouTube for free. No problem at all. I learned that last year and started watching them. So yeah, catch on and watch them. Mike saying Flynn has issues commanding the floor with his voice. Young guys have issues early, not gonna lie. Oh, not Malachi. I don't know. That's kind of non sequitur. But yeah, I didn't know this was an issue. Okay. Sue saying, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Sue. Good to see you. Click saying, isn't that weird? Siakam gets injured against Dallas, but probably plays Saturday against Dallas. Maybe he will look for revenge. Hope we beat the Mavs. I want to. I want to even the series with them. We haven't beat them. Scotty Barnes has never beat Luca and the Dallas Mavericks. He needs to mark that team off as a team that he's accomplished a win against in the NBA. He has not. He's 0 for 3. So this is an important game because we are not going to see Dallas again unless we play them in the finals until next year. So we want to win this game on Saturday, very much so. And there's going to be an interesting schedule on Saturday for my channel, just so y'all know. I'll tell y'all more about it later in the week. Let's see. Tom Duke saying, "Man, that ending was nuts, and it looked like we need to win the close ones. 5 games within 5 points this year, and we are 2 wins and 4 losses." You're talking on the main squad, right? You're not talking about 905. 6 games within 5 points. Yeah. Yeah. Mike's got saying, I got great stories. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy shit up. Not all of them are basketball stories. There's some other crazy stories too. Let's see. Mike saying respect. Click. I heard you check that Miami game. It was a big game from seeing the levels of the couple guys. Monique saying the Elam ending. Lex, poor thing. Go 905. Reggie Perry looks so angry this year. He really does look very angry. He looks very, very angry. And it may be just the disrespect of not getting put on the line. It could be that he's just really frustrated. He does not feel like he's getting any respect or any calls, and he's not getting put on the line specifically. Isaac Campbell's here at Fun Guy. All the 905 games have been streaming free this season. Yeah, there was one game that we couldn't watch because it was on ESPN Plus so far this year. But otherwise, all of them have been on. Sue saying, let's go get the Nets this time. Revenge for earlier loss. We got this. Yeah, we need to beat the main squad tomorrow night for sure. If we can beat the Nets on both levels tomorrow night, hey, hello, let's do it. Fuck Brooklyn. Andrew saying, good morning, freaks. Good to see you, Andrew Bishop. Sue saying we have had lots of rest for tomorrow's game. Yes, that should hopefully be an advantage, but sometimes it's a detriment because you've been sitting around too much, and maybe they're going to be having some good momentum from tonight playing the Philadelphia 76ers with none of their stars. I have no idea what kind of effort or anything that Sixers can have without any of their 3 main stars on that team. If they have at least Joel, that's something. If they have Maxey, that's something. If they have Harden, that's something. But they have none of them. None of those 3 are going to be playing against the Nets tonight. And meanwhile, the Nets have all their guys back. There's nobody hurt for them. Let's see. Fun guy saying, please, Raptors, please. We need to break this Kevin Durant and Luca barrier. We finally broke the Pistons barrier. Crazy we got Durant and Luca up. Good chance. Well, they're both at home. That's the other thing. That's kind of nice. These guys don't have to travel at all this week. Now they may travel. This is what I was wondering about because it's Thanksgiving in the States on Thursday. I wonder if I don't want these guys to be distracted about the Brooklyn Nets game tomorrow night just because they may want to get home to the States for the next day or something like, or get ahead of themselves or anything like that. They need to be very professional about this Brooklyn Nets game tomorrow. They can't think that they're a slouch because they're coming off a second night of a back-to-back, and they can't rest on their laurels or be bad energy flat coming into this game because they had 3 days off. And they can't be ahead of themselves and distracted because they may be thinking family stuff already because it's Thanksgiving week in the States. So I wonder if any of these guys are actually jumping the border for Thanksgiving. I hope they just do an American Thanksgiving here in Toronto and they do not travel at all. There's no reason to travel this week, guys. I know it's American Thanksgiving and maybe one of y'all or something will happen. I don't know. You guys do your own thing, but I would recommend the Raptors just do a team Thanksgiving here at somebody's house or with the team at a facility and celebrate it that way. Hopefully your loved ones can come to Toronto and do American Thanksgiving with you here. So yeah, because I don't want them traveling around Thursday and Friday, especially when everybody else is going to be traveling around down the States. for that holiday. So that is a factor I'm wondering about in the next couple of days, how it may affect our team. Hopefully it won't because we're Canadian. Hopefully it won't. Let's see. Mike saying, respect, Lex, for explaining that. I didn't know the showcase stuff. Yeah, the showcase is a really weird format, Mike, and it's something that they're looking at to put in the middle of the NBA season. That it was kind of an interesting success last year, and it is really kind of a first championship. There's two championships in the G League. This tournament is actually kind of a championship, and then the regular championship at the end of the year is also a championship. That's why I was saying I want the 905 to win both of them this season and be the first team to do that. I don't think any G League team has won both of those things because they haven't done the showcase tournament very long. I think they've only done it a couple of years. This may be only the second year they've done it. So Cool Cat saying when Pascal returns, we will have to give him 1 to 2 weeks to get back into game shape and rhythm. Sure. But hopefully he can help right away in different ways. Maybe it's just giving distraction. He may be a little off with some things, but hopefully maybe there isn't he doesn't miss a beat. Who knows, Cool Cat? We can't say for sure, but I like that you're saying this because we can carve out lower expectations for him just because he does need to be eased back from injury. Mike saying, Lex, you mentioned communication was the issue Nick was talking about. So pointed the worst defender, and others will have that issue. Vets are solid there. Good vets are. Yeah, that the whole thing was really OG really thought they had his back with AJ Griffin because that was really his guy. But he went to come and double Trey, but he didn't realize that Koloko and Scotty were kind of caught in no man's land. That they really didn't understand. They didn't know that AJ was back there. In fact, he was so sneaky. He looked like he came from the Raptors bench. I was like, wait, where was he? Was he just walk on the bench? I was like, wait, that's our bench. So he couldn't have just walked from the Atlanta bench and walked on the court and did that. I'm like, how did he get behind them like that? It's just poor communication, not prepared after the free throw, maybe a little bit of a letdown, and just like your mental, like what you're doing is really what happened there. And listen, that's a lesson that Scotty probably only needs to learn once. Trust me. That's a lesson he probably only needs to learn once. And maybe the same for Koloko also. Randolph's here. Good to see Randolph Phillips bringing blessings to our beloved Raptor freaks. Most informative gang. I'm here to catch up on the Raptors news I missed. Well, a lot of the news is good today. Gary Trent Jr. fully healed from his injury and not sick anymore. And Chris Boucher also not sick anymore. Both going to be coming back to our lineup for tomorrow's game against the Nets. So there's some good news for you there, Mr. Phillips. Let's see. Monique is saying, so happy for Gary, Pascal, and the guys coming up. Great practice interviews. Yeah, I was interesting. I really like how candid Nick Nurse is and how open. And he really Michael Grange, you're kind of a butthead. He came at Nick Nurse and started talking about, why do you worried about this trend of your 3-point shooting recently, how much it's gone down recently? And Nick Nurse basically turned around and said, you're an idiot. Because Pascal's been out and the stat difference really coincides with that. You can't look at our stats and just say, the last couple weeks, compare them to the first month of the season. That's so dumb, Michael Grange. I don't understand how we get these reporters that are just stupid. You've seen how many injuries we have. So why would you think that any statistical trend with our 3-point shooting would be any kind of importance, considering we're missing so much personnel? And Nick really kind of came at him in little subtle jabs after how that stupid asinine question. He's like, well, Michael, we've been missing certain guys and this and this and this and this. And then he writes this article about how Nick Nurse doesn't worry about the 3-point shooting right now. Well, yeah, because a lot of his guys have been out. What an idiot. I really like that Nick Nurse, the way he handled that question when he talked to him. Now, in that interview, Nick is obviously still sick. You can tell his face is all red. His voice is awful. It's weird because we're just coming out of pandemic times and he looks so sick. I'm like, man, maybe he should be wearing a mask, or these reporters may need to step a bit back from him, because there's definitely been a sickness around the Raptors franchise in the last week with Fred, Gary, Chris Boucher, Nick Nurse. These guys have all had this flu that everybody's been having. So, yeah, he was definitely still a little sick yesterday in the interview. You could tell. All right, let's keep going. I like all the comments, and we will do the trivia very soon. Cool Cat saying, I think Reggie Perry is frustrated he's back in the G League. He wants to be in the NBA league now. He made a mistake by leaving 905 to sign with Portland. He might have been on Raptors this year. I don't know if that would have been possible. He's going to take every advantage opportunity to get to the big league, no matter who it is. It could be that he's partly disappointed that Portland's had opportunities to pick him up and bring him in on their team this year, and they didn't do that. He may see other guys going to the Trailblazers. He's like, wait, y'all called me up like 2 or 3 times last year. Why am I not in line to get in there if I'm familiar and stuff? And that could be a little disappointing. Being a G League player, there's a certain level of doubt and stuff that you have to fight off all the time. And yeah, that could be part of the frustration. It's like, Reggie's a 3-year player now. He had a lot of experience in the NBA in his rookie year when he was on the Nets. They played him a lot, but it was also because they were injured a lot and they really just needed live bodies. So he played the most ever in the NBA at that level in his rookie year, and he has not played as much in the years since. Well, who knows? Maybe this year we'll get a breakthrough from him. He's definitely doing things on a very high level in certain ways, whether it's the shooting, the way he has really good 3-point shot, and he's blocking shots. He's definitely rebounding really hard. So maybe he'll get that call up this year. I wish it for him, and I don't think it'll be with us. But who knows? Maybe he will get called up. This is definitely maybe part of his frustration. I would agree with this, Cool Cat. Fun guy saying Pascal is the biggest home and chillest and least occupied home. I think they'll do a Thanksgiving party kind of thing there. I hope so. I hope they don't try and travel one of the busiest travel days around of the year and just stay here and do a team American Thanksgiving all together. Maybe they don't even care. Some of the American guys might, but maybe guys like Chris and Pascal, they don't care about American Thanksgiving because it's not really something they've really used to doing in their lifetime. Mike's saying the British Basketball League has a mid-season tournament, and Nick Nurse team he won it one year. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, it's an interesting format. And once again, the NBA is experimental and trying to make the game exciting and trying new things. And I really do think that if this thing goes very successful this year, they really are going to try and put it on the main roster, on the main level, on the big level, because this is something they're hinting at is they want something more interesting throughout the whole league, like a season that something in the middle with a little bit of a championship in the middle may really spruce things up. It'll all count towards an 82 game season still. It's just that the first part of it may be kind of count towards a different championship than the second championship. There'll be 2 champions a year, which is kind of weird too. My fun guy saying Coloco got smoked by Claxton. Hope we start Boucher or Thad and have Coloco sit on the bench. I'm with you on this. The first time we played Brooklyn, this is true. He didn't look good against Claxton. Claxton's the same body type, a little more experienced in his early young career. So, yeah, I like this. I think we should continue to start Thad. In fact, Nick said yesterday that Thad's been everything they needed. He's been an MVP since they've been starting him. So this may be like it may be hard for him to really take him out of the starting lineup, even with these guys coming back. I mean, we'll probably speculate that Gary will be back in the starting lineup, and that may be what it is. Is Fred, Gary, OG, Scotty, and Thaddeus starting for us tomorrow night. Mike's saying, no, we don't want garbage Grange out there. No. Messiah, laughing my ass. Andrew saying, I got the flu yesterday. Super pukey. I hate to hear that. Pukey, yeah, with the E, I think is right. Philip's here. Good morning, squad. Good morning, Philip. Good morning to all the great Raptor freaks. Yes. Cool Cat saying, did Pascal buy Kyle's house? How do we know Pascal has the biggest house? Well, he lives. It's because of where he lives, Cool Cat. He lives in Summerhill. He lives over near Casa Loma. So he lives in that really, really expensive mansion neighborhood over by St. Clair and Bathurst. He's got a brownstone he lives in with his mother, and it's a huge house. It's a huge house. I've seen pictures of it, and it is probably the best house to do that. Not Kyle's house. Kyle's house was somewhere else, so it's not the same house. But yeah, that's where he lives. He lives in Summerhill. He's over, he's living in the St. Clair West big time neighborhood. You know where I'm talking about, Cool Cat. Logical saying hello to Cool Cat. I'm a fun guy saying Kyle isn't on the team, bro. Laughing my ass off. They're not gonna have Thanksgiving party at Kyle's house. No, she's saying that it would be at Pascal's house, and that whether he bought Kyle's house. So that's what she's saying. Yeah, she thought that maybe he bought Kyle's house, but no, no. Click saying, any news on my guy Delano? Yes, there is. He's going to be out too. He's not going to make it back for tomorrow. But I don't know if he'll be back for Saturday, but he's already ruled out for tomorrow. The only two we're getting back tomorrow is Boucher and Trent. But thanks for reminding me of Delano. I did forget to update on that. Click saying, I think Chris moved out of his condo. I think he lives in a house with his family. You know, yeah, I don't know if he lives with his family, but yeah, he did. I think he did move into a bigger place. I think you're right. He got that contract and he's like, okay. I think he did move into a bigger place. I think you're right. Seymour's telling Andrew to get well. I agree with that. Get better, Andrew, please. Cool Cat saying, oh, I thought Pascal lives in Etobicoke, Summerhill. Nice. Yeah, yeah, he's over there. He's over near Bathurst. Monique saying, no, Click, not yet. Click, he got that 10 million bag now. Seymour saying Christian Woods cussing out J Kidd, calling him a bad coach. The whole league's toxic as fuck. Ooh, I didn't see that news, Seymour Pape. Well, this is interesting for our game with Dallas this weekend. Christian Wood is not a fit. It's like these big acquisitions in the summer. Everybody's like, oh, Christian Wood on the Mavericks. Well, he has not fit with the Mavericks at all. He has been actually very much vocal and not happy right away. Before the season even started, he was already chirping about not starting. And now he's telling Jason Kidd, calling him a bad coach. Thank you for the information, Seymour Pape. I will have to adjust the dumpster fire rankings to reflect this information that you've given me. Now, you know, guys, I have quit Twitter yesterday. I'm sick of Elon Musk's bullshit, and I do not want to continue to use that channel or that site anymore. But I will go and monitor certain Twitter accounts, but I may not be as in the know from Twitter news breaks as I have been in the past, just because I deactivated my Twitter yesterday. I'm just sick of the way Musk is acting about all this, and I do not want to be a part of helping his site have numbers or do anything at this point. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to maybe rely on y'all for breaking news because I'm not gonna be there. It's a sacrifice, but it's like I don't want to contribute to this, and I'm gonna do more stuff on Facebook and other places now instead. Let's see. Fun guy saying, Lex, I actually think Pascal bought that house for his mom. Pascal has his own home. I'm almost sure. No, actually, they live together. Yeah, they do. I know for sure that Pascal lives with his mother, and that yeah, he did technically buy the house for his mother, but he lives there also. Trust me, him and his mom are best friends. You don't ever see her, or she's not a public person, and they don't put her on blast in any kind of way. But you've got to understand, Pascal is like this with his mother. They have such a tight bond, and they are a very good team living together, apparently. This is what I've read and learned over the last year or so. He lives with his mom. It doesn't sound cool when you say it, and that's why not a lot of people know this. It's because he's not putting it out there really that loud or anything. But no, he's staying in that house with his mother. And it really is partly that she helps manage his life also. I mean, the brothers stay there also. You know, Christian Siakam lives there also with them, I think, too. So it's like the whole Siakam family's living in that big house. Let's see. Mike saying, wow, Seymour. Yeah, that's a very big Dallas Mavericks news bomb there. And Seymour saying, Kleber gets more minutes than Wood, shaking my head. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Sometimes it's just not a good fit. And I don't think it is a good fit. The dumpster fire rankings. Yeah, Mike, were you around when I did the dumpster fire rankings this summer? You got to understand, these are more important than ESPN power rankings. Those power rankings don't really tell you the whole story. They're glossed over with the propaganda that ESPN wants to tell us about the Brooklyn Nets, and they don't want to tell us all the dumpster fire stuff. So I put the dumpster fire rankings out this summer. Just look in my archive for the dumpster fire in the picture. And that's the first time I did the dumpster fire rankings on here. But I have a spreadsheet called the dumpster fire rankings, and I adjust it and move teams up and down according to how much of a dumpster fire they have burning. And Brooklyn and Lakers are usually near the top the last couple years as far as dumpster fire rankings. That Brooklyn was way up there at the beginning of the season with Kevin and everything. So yeah. Let's see. Let's keep going with what you guys are saying. Kareem's here. Good to see Raptor Free Kareem Thomas. Great game last night. But I have to say, Chris Chiozza of the Long Island Nets was fucking cooking last night. And he is, to me, identical player to Kyle and Freddie. He's annoying. Like, he may play in the Brooklyn. I don't know. He'll probably play on the Long Island level tomorrow night. But he's played for the Nets as a backup point guard. He's been annoying in the main roster games also on the main level of the NBA. But yeah, seeing him in the Long Island Nets cooking us late in the games, that's exactly right. He really did lead the Nets to the promised land with the victory last night against the Raptors 905. So yeah, Chiozza, he's an annoying little dude. He's so little. He's smaller than Fred. Everybody's wondering about how tall Fred is this week because they saw him on NBA TV and they're like, man, that dude is not 6 foot. And everybody's trying to say he's 5'10. Well, Chiozza is like 5'7, y'all. He's like even shorter. Tom Duke saying Twitter reinstating Trump was the last straw, I bet. That was part of it. I mean, it's not just Trump. He reinstated Andrew Tate. He reinstated all this stuff. And the site, I can already tell, is turning into a more hateful, bigoted, racist site. And that he champions right-wing idiots, and he also champions racists. And it's all under the guise of he wants free speech, as much free speech as possible. Well, also, I'm noticed in the last couple of days on Twitter that they were really sending us a slant of more right-wing kind of accounts and suggesting it to me and putting more kind of right-wing stuff on my timeline. So I'm like, fuck this site, I'm out. And then I saw a little comment where Elon was bragging about how the numbers are doing so good for Twitter and that, go ahead and leave whoever, I don't care, because my number's good. I don't believe him. I think that they're leaving in droves, and that company's lost a lot of value since he's purchased it. So I just wanted to be one of those numbers that left. I deactivated 2 accounts because I had 2 accounts on there. So his numbers went down by 2 accounts yesterday. And I'm not a bot. I'm a real person. So you go ahead and have your bots and your stupid cesspool of toxicity, Elon. And you ruin a great service for information in some ways. So this is a really great way to get information is Twitter. But now I don't trust it because the person who runs it, first of all, I don't want to line his pocket with any more money. He's already way more wealthy than he ever should have been. And also, I don't want to be a part of a cesspool like that at this point. So yeah, good. I think Twitter is terrible. Yeah, I really was trying. And it really is for Shams and Woj and Grange and Lewinberg and Doug Smith and Blake Murphy. These are the people that I would be on Twitter still. The only reason why I would be on Twitter is for those kind of guys, those breaking news kind of dudes that come out and I could find out stuff that's happening in the NBA and with the Raptors. And I will still go back and maybe still check them even though I don't have an account. Fun guy saying, damn, Lex, no more Twitter. Elon, you piece of shit. You see what you're doing to us? Yeah, he is, honestly, he's outed himself. At some point, I was like, all right, is he progressive? What is he in it politically? He's obviously a right-wing operative. And in some ways, he's like this young idiot that just wants to own the libs. And some of the stuff he's doing is very it's just stupid, man. I can't stand the guy at this point. And I do not support businesses or things that I can't stand and I do not agree with. And now Twitter is that because it's owned by him. Let's see. Shane Waters is here. Morning, fellow freaks. Don't forget to smash the like button, much like we're going to smash Brooklyn tomorrow. You go, Shane Waters, and thank you for that reminder. Let's see. Clink saying Miami's on a 4-game losing streak. Wonder what's happening there. They have no size. They look old. They have all kinds of fingers to blame. They're going to be bad this year all year long. Anybody who thinks that Miami's just going to wake up and surge up and be one of the top Eastern teams, keep dreaming. They're going to be sitting where they're at right now the whole season. In fact, I have more faith in the Bulls to get their shit together and get further up than the Miami Heat. They're going to be out of the playoffs this year, y'all. Everybody just expects Miami to pencil them in as a playoff team. Well, I saw it on paper at the beginning of the year. I'm like, the Heat are going to be really bad because, first of all, they're older and they're smaller and they just don't have enough. Other teams got bigger, like Philadelphia and us. And they got smaller, and that's not the direction you want to go. And then you get older on top of that. Yeah, Miami's in trouble. They don't have any, they don't have a lot of players either. They don't have depth, they don't have size, and they're very old. So they're going to be bad. Let's see. Mike, okay, you were here for the dumpster fire rankings. Okay, cool. Yeah, I gotta go. All right. Good morning, gentle freaks and freakettes from Nameless. Nice hat, Alexi. Thank you. Yeah, it's a little bit different. I'm not wearing a Raptors hat. All right. You know what? We should do this trivia, y'all, because this is what we're here today for trivia. And you know who we're doing? We're doing Sherman Hamilton trivia. That's right. I want to put some shine on Sherm since Alvin came after him. And y'all watched that Raptors tonight the other day where Alvin was attacking Sherman. And I didn't appreciate that. So I want to celebrate Sherman Hamilton today, and he's the subject for our trivia to y'all. Seymour saying, I see a whole lot of trades coming. Hope we stay pat. Me too. All the noise and stupid stuff talking about Gary Trent right now, I don't like any of those deals. Some people may like James Wiseman, but I don't, and I like Gary Trent. A fun guy saying, I really hate Brooklyn on the come up. They could be above 500 by tomorrow. Yeah, we don't want that to happen. We got to be the ones to stop them. We got to be the wall that says, nope. And especially since it's going to be in our house and we need to get some get back against them. You know, I think I went back and looked, and those games that we beat Brooklyn last year, Kevin did not play in. So whoever was saying that we are not beating Kevin in a couple of years, that's true. We do need to beat Kevin. We need to get around that a whole mental idea of like, we're not beating Kevin Durant. Well, we need to beat him tomorrow. Good morning to Nameless from Seymour. And Scott B's here. Good to see Scott B. Good morning, Lex. Just want to say fuck Brooklyn and anyone that looks like Trae Young. Go Raptors, go. That's very general. Hey, some people can't help it that they look like the person that was here the other day's niece. Draw a little mustache on there and stuff like that. Let's see. Name was saying you didn't even notice I called you Lexi. Well, that's fine. That's my name. My name is Alexi, except it's an EY. But yeah, that is my full name, Alexi. Yeah. Logical saying, I found you and Greg around before the Boucher video after Carter Effect 2.5 months ago. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's some interesting old content from last year. Some of my watch alongs and some of the other stuff I've done, like it's cool because the Raptor Freak memories, like I did yesterday, I really am trying to document and chronicle important moments in the history of the Raptors. So if you want to go back and look at Monday Memories, those segments are awesome. In fact, I might need to like organize my streams into different categories where there's like, this is a folder of all the trivias. This is a folder of all the Saturday Share Love Clubs. This is a folder of all the Thursday think tanks. And maybe I'll need to get organized at that level, especially since I have like 450 streams in there right now. Maybe they need to be organized a little bit better. Patrick's saying, Lex, you're out of Twitter. Thanks for that. I love Twitter, but no cesspool for me. Watch the Raptors 905. They play selfish. Yeah, they do. That's really what I noticed at the end of the game. Ron Harper Jr., good. Jeff, but others trying to for contracts, obviously. I'm not impressed with Saban Lee. He really makes a lot of turnovers. He does not share the ball, and he tries to force the ball in isolation situations, and he's not successful. So I'm not a big fan of Saban Lee so far. And he's also missed a lot of free throws in important, crucial times. So yeah. I like Jeff Doughton. He's doing good things on that level. Reggie Perry, Gabe Brown. I'm not totally convinced on Ron Harper, though. Like, he's doing a lot of celebrating on Instagram, but they lost last night. I'm like, dude, why are you putting your game on blast from last night? Y'all lost. And he's like putting his highlights up all over the place. And I don't like that to a degree. Like, Ron's really into himself on Instagram. And, I want you to win, Ron. I want you to show more on the court before you start tooting your horn so much on Instagram. I know other people are tooting your horn because you're very popular and people want you to do really well. But, dude, you're not doing enough to shine. You got to do more and take home that victory, bro. Come on now. Let's see. Fun guy saying, that's me. Laugh out loud. I've been saying we haven't been beating Kevin or Luca in years now. Yeah. Okay, good. That was you, fun guy, that said that the other day. Well, I went and looked because I was like, we beat Brooklyn twice last year, but those were two games he conveniently missed. And we did win both of the ones. He wasn't there. Cool Cat saying Pascal's mom lives here. I thought she lives in the U.S. with the older sister. No, she lives here. She's here in Toronto. I don't think hardly any of his family. I mean, I guess maybe his sister lives in U.S., but I think everybody else is here. Andrew's saying, take a picture of the standings today and compare them at the year after 20 games. They don't change that much. I don't know. They're going to switch around. I don't have any faith in the Wizards. The Wizards being up so high is really sus. And same for the Hawks. We know the Pacers, the Wizards, and the Hawks are pretenders, y'all. And even the Cavs are to a degree. The Cavs are going to fall. Those four teams that are above us are going to fall. And our team, probably Brooklyn and Philadelphia, are going to jump up into the top five. and it'll be Boston, Milwaukee, Toronto, Philadelphia, and Brooklyn that are in the top five. And these teams are pretenders. Cleveland may be sixth. Indiana, Washington, Atlanta, those are all playing teams. They're sitting up there for now. But watch as the year goes on, whoops, they're going to be falling and we're going to be rising. Let's see. I would check that. Not gonna lie, year end. Cool Cat saying I wanted Raptors to get Christian Wood. Oops, no, it sounds like he has an attitude problem. Mike saying Harper's been fouling a lot. Key final plays, Harper was fouling the drive late. Yeah, just poor execution, and they got to get together and play as a team. Really, really do, because they were doing way too much separately and not connected enough. Andrew Bishop saying some changes. We will move up for sure. All right, I got through the comments. 45 minutes in. Let's do this Sherman Hamilton trivia, baby. Let's see if we got any of the regulars here. Is David here? Is Shanky here? Are they lurking? Is Raymond Jacob here? Is he lurking? We'll have to find out. So here's our first question for Raptor Freak Tuesday trivia today. This is not Classic Jurassic. This is today. This is Raptor Freak Tuesday trivia, just regular. What is Sherman Hamilton's middle name, y'all? What is Sherman Hamilton's middle name? What do you guys think Sherman Hamilton's middle name is? No middle name. David knew that, so he is here. David has done his research already. He saw who the topic was. I put it up late, but he figured it out, and he's gotten in there. That's it. Yeah, it's Alexis I hate. Yeah, you failed. You've said my name right. Nameless. This is ironic with your name. You're trying to fuck with my name. All right, here's the next question, y'all. What city was Sherman Hamilton born in? What city was Shermanator born in? The Shermanator. Yeah, that's actually his nickname, the Shermanator. Let's see. Tried a little troll job on my buddy and failed. Toronto. Shanky's getting that one. I knew our leaders were here. They both checked in. Shanky, he was born in Toronto. Now I want to know what city was he raised in. All right, y'all, with the extra comments, we're playing trivia now. So dial in and get there. Mississauga, can you guys be more? Okay, yeah, David, I was going to ask you, be more specific. Malton, that was what I was looking for. Mississauga is kind of good, but Malton was really the one I was looking for. All right, I like this. Milton is not exactly right, Monique, but you know what? We'll get you some points today for sure. All right, let's see. Sherman Hamilton, what is his zodiac sign? What is the zodiac sign of Sherman? It's just like, I know it's kind of a cheesy 70s kind of horoscope question. What's the zodiac? Taurus? Shanky's got it. It is Taurus. Wow, the two leaders dueling right now. We got Shanky with 2 and we got David with 2 so far. Good job. It is Taurus. He's right on the cusp of being an Aries also. Aries, Taurus. The cutoff is 420, April 20th. If you're born after April 20th, you're a Taurus. If you're born before April 20th, you're an Aries. Now, you are born on 420, you can pick which one you want. If you're born on 420, you can be like, well, I'm an Aries today, but I'm a Taurus this day. You know, you can be either one there. All right, let's keep going. Let's see. Question number 4. How is Sherman Hamilton related to Savannah Hamilton, guys? How is Sherm related to Savannah, guys? How is no relation? David's on it. He's getting my trick questions today. There's absolutely no relation between Savannah Hamilton and Sherman Hamilton, y'all. They are not related. They just happen to work at the same place and have the same last name. So there is no relation. They're not cousins. They're not related at all. And David got it first. I knew, like, listen, this is a savvy guy who's leading this trivia right now this season. He understands my trick questions, and he's on top of them today. My 2 trick questions, David's gotten them right away. Good job. They just work together. That's right, Tom. That's all the relationship is. All right, next question, guys. What is the mascot of the college alma mater of Sherman? What is the mascot of the college that he went to back in the day? Rams. David is really on it. He knows what I'm going to ask. It's the VCU Rams. That's right, David S. They are the VCU Rams. Oh, man, just right ahead of you, Shanky. Very close, very close. This may be a factor of where y'all live, who's closer to me, maybe getting through the internet tubes faster. I don't know. Maybe not. VCU. All right, I'm going to give you that one, Monique. You can have that one. VCU is actually the school. But, yeah, we'll say that. Okay, question number 6. What position did Sherman play as a player? What was his position on the court? Traditional positions. What position did Sherman play? Point guard. That's right. He was a point guard. I was shocked. I didn't know this, but Sherm's only 6'1". I'm actually taller than him. I'm like 3 inches taller than him. So it's weird. If I stood next to him, I might be shocked at how short he is compared to me. I'm like, whoa, Sherm, I thought you were taller. No, he's shorter than me. Crazy, really crazy. But yeah, he's a point guard. He was a point guard back in the day. All right, here we go. We're going to do a little bit of where in the world is Carmen Sandiego. All right, here we go. What country did Sherman Hamilton begin his overseas career? He never played in the NBA, guys, but he did have a very, very fruitful international career. Raymond Jacobs saying he played in China first. No, that's wrong. Greece is wrong. Argentina is wrong. I want the very first country that he ever played overseas at. First place he ever landed and said, I'm playing in this country. Italy is wrong. France is wrong. Turkey is wrong. Yeah, keep guessing, y'all. Keep guessing. USA. Come on, foreign countries, not USA. USA is domestic. Iraq. What is that? Europe. It is in Europe, Monique, but it's a country. I want a European country. Spain is not right. Argentina is not right. Now, some of these answers may be right later. Let's just say that. Lithuania is not right. Russia's not right. Denmark's not right. Bolivia's not right. Russia's not right. We're just going to name all these European countries until y'all get it. Ukraine. No, Raymond Jacobs, not Ukraine. It's not France. Not Portugal. This is a team that did pretty good at Eurobasket. They have one player on their team that was really good, and they got further because of that guy. And now he got traded this summer, and he's actually killing it for the team that he plays for now. And the team that he got traded from, and maybe have some regrets that he got traded away from him. Germany is not right. Serbia is not right. England is not right. Italy's not right. Switzerland's not right. Sweden's the closest. Raymond Jacob's been the closest so far. Greece, Finland. Raymond Jacob got it. It is Finland. I'm looking for the Finland, y'all. He started his overseas international career at Finland. Raymond Jacob getting on the board. Lauri Markkanen's country, Finland. Finland. Raymond got it right before you, David. Sorry. Yeah, Nameless, you got to get one right to get some points. I don't think you're on my list. No, you haven't scored this season yet. This is the 20th game of this season, so there's a lot of points out there already. And David's got a good lead. Fun guy saying, I'm pretty sure David and Shanky have unlocked the secret use of taxions to at least travel a few seconds in the future to get the answers. Now, what they have done is they played trivia this whole season. They understand my format, and they understand how I write the trivia, and they know where to go to get the answers, y'all. And they also know what questions I'm probably going to ask. So there's a lot of that. Nameless, don't give up. That's the one thing I will say. Never give up. So the people that are in other continents had trouble. Like we had Eric Jacob playing last year with us, and he was in Zimbabwe, and he was definitely had a lag compared to the other people who were playing. Yeah, you won the prize. I want to remind you guys what the prize is here. The prize for this is also Vince Carter. It's the Vince Carter knockoff bobblehead by Mr. Big. This is a rare bobblehead that is fake Vince Carter bobblehead. See, it says Vince at the bottom. Mr. Big. He looks like Shaq. But yeah, that's the prize for whoever wins this trivia by the end of the year. You're getting this, and David wants this. He's got that lead, and it looks like it is going to be David Sabonis by the end of this. Yeah. So all right, let's keep going. All right. Well, what was the next stop for Sherman Hamilton after Finland on his international career? He went there in 1999. Where did he go in 99 to go play basketball after Finland? Where did he go, y'all? Okay, Shanky's on that one. That is Argentina. That's right, Shanky. I love to see the competitiveness between I Am Shanky and David S. And Raymond Jacob, too, because he's right up there, too. Tom Duke is another one. Let's see. Yeah, it was Argentina. Yeah. That sounds like a fixed bet. Switzerland, Spain, Poland. No, none of those. All right, next question. In February of 2001, he returned to Europe in his international play and played in what country? What country was he in when he came back to Europe that he played in? At this point, you guys are going to keep shooting these shots, and we're playing. Where in the world is Sherman Hamilton, San Diego? Lithuania is not the right answer here. Britain is not right. Germany. Tom Duke is getting this one. Tom Duke has rose up and gotten his points for the day. I love to see the quota of Tom Duke standing up and getting his points. BC Zalgiris. No, no, not France. It was Germany was the answer I was looking for on that question. Good job, Tom Duke. You go, Tom Duke. Yes, sir. Woohoo. He needed that. Yeah, Tom Duke. All right, guys. Next question. Still got like 7 or 8 questions left. Which Olympics did Sherm play for Canada in? What was the year and the place? I want the year and the place. What Olympics did Sherman play? 2000? That's half the answer, David. I want the place. What was the place? San Diego? No, San Diego. Carmen San Diego? What? No. Where was the Olympics in 2000? German U is not a team, Tom. 2004, Italy's wrong. Come on, I need the other place. Puerto Rico's wrong. Where were the Olympics in 2000, guys? Whoever puts the year and the name of the city is going to get it. David got it. Dizzy B's getting it. Dizzy B gets those points. It's Sydney, y'all. 2000 in Sydney, Australia is the answer. Good job, Dizzy B. Dizzy David getting on the scoreboard. Good stuff. I like seeing different names on here. All right, next question. What tiny country in Europe did Sherman play in 2001? What another European country? A lot of these questions are going to be like this. Where in the world is Sherman Hamilton now in 2001? What country was he playing in then? And I did give a clue. Lithuania is wrong. England is wrong. Serbia is not right. Switzerland. David S has got it. It's Switzerland. That is when he played in Switzerland. So good job, David S. David's getting the last 2. David Dizzy B and David S getting those ones. New Zealand is not right, Raymond Jacob. Liechtenstein. I like that. Liechtenstein. Nobody talks about Liechtenstein enough. I feel like they're a maligned country that just doesn't get any attention at all. Maybe because they're really small and insignificant. I don't know. All right, here, next question. What country did he play in when he made 5 EuroLeague appearances? What country was he playing in when he made 5 EuroLeague appearances? This was really the country he played in where he had the most success in his overseas career. Shane Waters saying he played in Lithuania in 2001 and ended his career there. That was too vast. Well, actually, he started his career in 2001 there, but it was actually in the beginning of 2001, he was actually playing in Switzerland. Let me see. All right, Shane, are you answering the question or are you just trying to talk? Because just give me the answer. Maybe you'll get it right. What country did he get 5 EuroLeague appearances in? Not the team, David. I want the country. I want the country, y'all. Not Russia, not Canada. I kind of could give it to Shane Waters, but I'm not going to because he was questioning my trivia. Yeah, he played there, both of them. No, not Iceland, Raymond Jacob. No, Lithuania. That's right, Shane Waters. Circle back and get it. Circle back and get it, Shane. That's right. Shane Waters gets the points. It's Lithuania. Now, it really is where he's the most famous for his overseas career is in Lithuania. Those were his best years. And that's a really tough league. That's one of the best other leagues in the world other than the NBA is the Lithuanian league. So the fact that Sherm did so well there and got that team so much success there is a real huge accomplishment. So, yeah, there you go, Shane Waters. I'm glad you circled back and got that. Yeah. All right, next question. What team did Sherman Hamilton and Team Canada beat to qualify to play in the Sydney Olympics? Sherman himself hit some very key, crucial free throws in this game. But what team was the team that they beat to qualify to get into the place? Shanky's got it. It's Puerto Rico. It's Puerto Rico. That is right. I am Shanky. Coming on strong at the end here. Aries, you're answering the question from earlier, Cool Cat. That's a really long delay. That is really long. Holy crap. Let's see. Yeah, Puerto Rico is where it was. And David's on there, but it's a little behind. Okay, next question. I can tell who's like not looking at the source of my trivia and who is. And some of y'all are going off the top of your head, and I appreciate that. But some people, it's an open book test. If you know where to go find the information, there's nothing wrong with that. I can't stop y'all from Googling or getting on certain sites and finding the information. So it is what it is. All right, let's keep going. Question 14. What year was Sherm named assistant coach of Team Canada? He became an assistant coach of Team Canada at one point. What year did he become an assistant coach for Team Canada? Shanky's got it. It's 2006. Let's see. No one knows nine. Yeah, nobody's going to know this. You're exactly right, David. You're exactly right, and that's part of the reason why I put that. Now she's putting in no relation, so she is she showed up really late. Hilarious. Cool cat is with the Comcast internet. This is crazy. Guessing is fun too. You're right, though, Raymond. You're right in some ways, and you guys may be quicker because you may know off the top of your head and write it in before they can look it up. But yeah, it's 2006 is the year. Oh, wait, Shanky, you wrote 2005. So actually, Mike gets this question. Mike, you get this question because you wrote 2006 first. I read that as 2006, but it's actually 2006 is the answer, not 2005. Sorry, Shanky. All right, let's see. Question 15. What sports radio stations in Toronto can you usually hear Sherman do the color commentary for the games? What are the two radio stations? Yeah. You're in a quick meeting. Sportsnet is wrong. Radio Shack Wi-Fi. Sportsnet. No, not TSN. We're looking for the radio stations, David. I want the radio stations and their numbers. Yeah, okay, Dizzy, give me the rest of that. That's half the answer. I want the whole thing. Raptors Tonight's not right. Fan 590, Mike gets that one. Fan 590 is right. And there's one other station, radio station. So Mike, you get that one. What's the other one? Yeah, I don't either. But that's where Sherman is, and this is important because he's a radio color guy for the Raptors. Talk 640 is wrong, Mike. It's not actually technically the one. All right, what's the number though, Nameless? You got it almost there. What is the rest of it, Nameless? What's the number that goes with that? It's an AM channel. We know that. That's the part of it too. It's not FM. This is the AM channel. Yeah, you got to remember what it is. No, that's not fully it, Mike. Okay, now, yeah, but put the whole thing together. I want to see the whole thing together. Yeah, you're misspelling it. What is that? Tan? What is that? Who's gonna write it first? Nobody can write it because of spell check. TSN 1050, Nameless. All right, Nameless, you got on the board after all. After the struggle is real, y'all. The struggle is real between internets and spell checks. TSN 1050 is the right answer. Good job, Nameless. I love it. You all were having the same problem. So I think it's poetic that Nameless, after complaining about not getting any answers, got that one. So yeah, there you go. Hilarious. All right. All right, next question. And this is kind of going with the last one. You got it, Nameless. Yes, you're on your way for this. Okay, 16th question out of 18. Who calls the games next to Sherman on the radio? There's two answers to this. Who calls the games on the radio with them? Somebody just mentioned them. So you should know who these two guys are that would work with. Matt Devlin's not right, David. Paul Jones is right. Raymond Jacobs on the board today once again. Raymond, you get Paul Jones. The other one, who's the other one, guys? Leo Routens is not the other one, and it's not Matt Devlin. Matt Devlin is on TV only. He does not do the radio. Who would be the other radio voice that is on there with Sherman if Paul Jones is not available? Who is the alternate? David's funny. Who's that little dork? No, it's not Savannah. It's not Kia Nurse. Those are good answers, but those aren't right. Who is the other voice that you hear on the radio on Fan 590? And he's been on Raptors Tonight recently. You guys just got to remember, he's the annoying one. He's got a really good radio voice, honestly. Jonesy's right. He's already been kept. Savage has got part of it. The troll is getting this, y'all. Y'all need to be. Oh, Monique coming in. Yes, Monique. Super fan Monique Lawrence. Yes, straight up snatching that one first before everybody. Monique, you badass. It is Eric Smith, y'all. Y'all can remember Eric Smith's name. You're like E. And then you're like, that dorky guy. Who is he? I'm glad that she got it before Savage. Oh my gosh. I cannot have a troll get Raptor Freak trivia points. No way. Good job. Good save. Monique, you stopped Savage the troll from getting that answer. Oh my gosh. I was really worried that he was going to get that. Fun Guy was right behind there too. Fun Guy was about to get that point there too, though. I see that. Man, trivia is really good today. Who knew that Sherman Hamilton trivia would be so good today? I love this so much. All right, you didn't want it. It's cool. That's the ultimate troll thing to say. Oh, he's winking at me. Yeah, Savage, you go. We love our trolls. Even this is how fun it is. It's like we're just with so much love and light on this channel. We love the trolls, and the trolls love us too. We love that. All right, two more questions, y'all. And this one they're not going to get right away, so y'all be ready because this is not where they're at right now. How much does a memo from Sherman Hamilton cost? A memo is like what is it? The thing where you can pay the celebrity to say something to you. It's like the Canadian one. Shanky got it right away. Did you go look that up, Shanky? How did you know that? It's $40 Canadian. So if you want Sherman to do a personal greeting for you, like Cameo, it's on Memo, and he will do something. You send him $40 Canadian, and he'll say something nice to you over the thing. It's $40 Canadian. Good job, Shanky. So you were right there. I love that. I love that Shanky's on top of it, covering all bases. Yes, you go. I am Shanky. Yes. Yes. All right. Last question for the day, y'all. And what a fantastic trivia. I really appreciate all the fun today. You know what, Mike? That's fine. That's good. That's the way I wish all y'all played, but I can't control that. So it is just the way it is. It's like, people, the information's there. And if you're a good researcher and you could find it really fast, that could be part of it. So yeah. So I was just like, F your prize. This thing's weird to me too. You know how I feel about Vince Carter and having like a weird fake Vince Carter bobblehead for like the last 10 years in my house has been a little weird. So yeah. You knew the radio stations, Mike. Cool, cool. Right on. All right, last question, y'all. What year did Sherman Hamilton start his broadcasting career? What year did he switch from coaching to being a broadcaster? And that is where he started. All right, Shanky's on it. Shanky, you got that one right. I am reading that correctly. That is 2008. And that is correct. So there you go, guys. Trivia is fun and we enjoy the competition and the going back and forth. But the main important thing about when I do these trivias is I want y'all to learn something more about personalities or former players or players on the team, about them. And I hope you learned a little bit about Sherman Hamilton today and a little bit more about his background, that this man traveled all around the world and played professional basketball, and that he was a very good basketball player, but he never played a minute on an NBA court. That he is a legend in Team Canada circles because of some of the things he did to help us get to the Olympics in 2000. That guys that are in the G League, guys that just make certain professional levels like our CEBL here, they are really very good players, and that guys like Sherman Hamilton may have never made the league, but they're still top notch basketball dudes. And that's what we need to remember is that, yeah, it's very hard to play professional basketball in the NBA. Sure, it's very hard to play professional basketball anywhere in the world, especially in Europe and different places and stuff like that. So, but it's cool. You see Dwight Howard go overseas to China and now he's dropping crazy threes and getting crazy stat lines and stuff. But yeah, put respect on Sherman Hamilton and understand his path as a person, where he was a player, a very good player in the history of Team Canada. Then he did some coaching. He played overseas and played for a lot of different teams, had a lot of success, got very well rounded and worldly from all of his experience in foreign countries and living in different places. So he's probably got all kinds of cool stories from when he played in Argentina, Lithuania, Finland, all the different stops that Sherm had in his career. So Monique's saying, how do you guys not know who Eric Smith is? They do. They just forgot who he was. Raymond's saying, Sherman Hamilton, though, always has a worried look on his face. Laugh out loud. Well, he's a scrambler. Maybe it is part of his mentality is that he's never too comfortable, that he's always got to be on top of things and be ready to react and for whatever. And it may be just part of the way, his career went and jumping around all over the place with different teams and different leagues. So, it's that kind of thing. I don't know. I really like him. He's the kind of guy that has a lot of knowledge, and I find really interesting to hear his takes because they are very astute and learned and very really good a lot of times. Him and Eric Smith in particular, that pairing on the radio, I really enjoy. I like Jonesy too, and I think Jonesy and Hamilton are very good themselves. But Eric Smith is very good radio voice, and yeah, but good stuff today. And I appreciate y'all joining me today. So as I said, tomorrow Gary Trent Jr. and Chris Boucher will be back, ready to play for the Raptors against the Nets. Thank goodness. And hopefully more of these guys will trickle in and be healthy over the next couple of days, and we'll have a couple more of them available for Saturday against the Mavericks and Luca also. It's a tall task. We're playing some of the toughest players in the league, superstars in this league, Kevin Durant and Luka Doncic. As I'm a Fun Guy said, we have not beaten these guys in a while. We need to change that. We really, really, really do. Monique saying, met his two daughters. You've met Sherman's two daughters. Cool, cool. Yeah. You go, Sherman Hamilton. And Raptor Freak Nation celebrates you. And we love you too, Alvin. Let's not get it twisted. But I do want to give some shine to Sherm right now because, you're an important dude in our broadcasting team. And we appreciate you, Sherman Hamilton. All right, y'all. Have a great Tuesday. Tomorrow, preview for the Brooklyn Nets game. Yeah, we got to get them. We got to beat the Nets. Here, we got to protect the North. We got to protect our home court, and we got to beat the Nets tomorrow night. Nameless said, I willed and imagined my trivia novelty point into existence. Toronto Raptors back-to-back champions 2022 and 2023. Toronto Raptors back-to-back champions 2022, 2023. You go, Nameless. I love that so much. All right, I appreciate you, Mike. And go check out Logical Raptors Fanatic. He dropped a 2-hour in-depth thing. I'm gonna watch it this afternoon, Mike, and we'll talk about that tomorrow a little bit, maybe after I watch it today. But y'all have a great Tuesday. Enjoy yourselves. It's a weird day. There's not a whole lot going on with Raptorland. Maybe we'll hear some things. Maybe there'll be another interview segment that they dropped today. Then we can hear some more insight from what's happening at practice and how health is going with guys. All right. Monique wants me to do Randy Urban next. Well, I'm going to take the opportunity to burn Randy like I would if I was on Raptors tonight. Monique, I can't do this for Randy because he has no career. He has no trivia. It's like I could put Randy Urban in the internet and I don't think I'd find anything. So it's impossible. I can't do Randy Urban. I really can't. I mean, seriously, I don't think I would do Randy anyway. I may do Paul Jones. I shouldn't say this stuff because I don't want you guys to know, but I'll do people that actually have some sort of career. Maybe I'll do Leo. Maybe I'll do Matt Devlin. I don't know, but I can't really do Randy Urban. That's a joke. And you think that'd be funny. That I was like, yeah, I can't write trivia for Randy. What did he do? That's like a Leo joke. No doubt, respect. All right, y'all. Have a great day. Please, if you enjoyed my trivia and my silliness and just the general fun of the Raptor Free channel, please hit that subscribe button. It is the best way you can help me out on this channel. All right, y'all. Have a great day. Fuck Brooklyn. And let's get healthy, Raptors, and get back and get some get back against Brooklyn and Dallas in the next couple games. And then, whoa, we got New Orleans, and we also got Cleveland again. And Boston's coming up on the horizon also. I wish we were playing Philadelphia more soon right now because this is a great time to play Philadelphia, and it's too bad we're not because I would love to get them shorthanded like they are this week. All right, y'all. Have a great Tuesday. See y'all tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's go, Raptors!